And if you want to go on your own, then walk off and leave. If you want to stick together and make this thing work.
The Rockers' downfall was one wild ride, full of chaos from all sides. Between legal problems, backstage drama, and heated moments inside the ring, they were at the center of some of WWE's craziest times. But what really broke the team apart was the biggest controversy of all. So let's dive in and see exactly what went down. The story of the Rockers was filled with non-stop drama, both inside and outside the ring. It all started not long after they first signed with WWF back in 1987. Believe it or not, they were actually fired pretty early on because of a wild incident at a bar. The rumor going around was that Jimmy Jack Funk spread a story that Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty had trashed the place after a heavy night of drinking. Whether it was true or not, it was enough to get them kicked out, at least for a little while. Luckily, WWF brought them back in 1988, but that was just the start of a long string of problems. Fast forward a few years to January 1992, just after the Rockers had split up. Marty Jannetty found himself in serious trouble when he was arrested in Tampa, Florida. The charges were pretty heavy: cocaine possession and even assaulting a police officer. This incident led to him being suspended from WWF, which basically shut down any immediate plans for a feud or storyline between him and Shawn Michaels. So right away you could see how their personal issues were starting to interfere with their wrestling careers. But the problems didn't stop there. Back in December 1990, during a match, Marty Jannetty accidentally caused a terrible injury to another wrestler named Chuck Austin. Marty hit his finishing move, the rocker dropper, but Austin tucked his head wrong and ended up with a broken neck, a really serious injury that left him paralyzed. This led to a lawsuit where Austin sued Marty, Shawn Michaels, and WWF's parent company, Titan Sports. The case dragged on for years, and in 1994, Austin won a big settlement. Marty was even ordered to pay part of it out of his own pocket. This whole situation only added more stress and tension behind the scenes. And speaking of tension, the relationship between Michaels and Jannetty was far from smooth. They had always been known for their partying lifestyle, something that had followed them since their earlier days in the AWA. But by late 1991, things between them started to really fall apart. You could even see it slowly bleed into their on-screen performances. What once looked like a perfect tag team was now showing cracks, and fans started noticing the friction between the two. Then came the moment that changed everything. The moment when the drama exploded into one of wrestling's most unforgettable segments. In January 1992, on Brutus, the Barber Beefcake's popular talk show segment called The Barber Shop, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty appeared to be making peace. But just when it seemed like they were about to bury the hatchet, Michaels shocked everyone by delivering a brutal super kick, his famous sweet chin music, right to Jannetty's face, and then threw him through a glass window. This shocking betrayal wasn't just a dramatic moment on TV, it was the official end of the Rockers as a team. And with that, Shawn Michaels stepped out of the tag team world and began his rise as one of WWE's top single stars, soon becoming the Heartbreak Kid. After the split, Shawn's career skyrocketed. He went on to win multiple world championships and became a headliner at WrestleMania events, firmly cementing his place as one of the biggest names in wrestling history. Marty Jannetty, on the other hand, had a much tougher time. He did come back to WWF and even won the Intercontinental Championship for a short while, but personal struggles and inconsistency kept him from ever reaching the same heights as Michaels. His career never quite took off the way it could have. Despite their rocky ending, the Rockers left a big mark on wrestling. Their fast-paced moves, teamwork, and charisma influenced many future tag teams and high-flying wrestlers. Fans still remember them fondly for the energy and innovation they brought to the ring. Interestingly enough, years later, Michaels and Jannetty managed to patch things up. They even made a few surprise appearances together, happily looking back on the good times they shared as the Rockers, proving that even the wildest partnerships can find some peace after the storm. All right, now let's shift gears and talk about the best part, the good times in the ring, where they really built their reputation and made a name for themselves. The Rockers were one of the most exciting and influential tag teams in wrestling history, and their journey started in the mid-1880s. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty first teamed up in the American Wrestling Association, But it was when they joined the World Wrestling Federation in 1987 that they truly began to shine and capture the attention of wrestling fans everywhere. Right from the beginning, their combination of speed, agility, and chemistry made them stand out in a crowded tag team division. From their first matches, it was clear that the Rockers were different. They weren't just your typical tag team. Their style was fast-paced, full of high-flying moves and quick tags that kept the crowd on the edge of their seats. Shawn Michaels, with his charisma and athleticism, complemented Marty Jannetty's strength and agility perfectly. Together, they created a dynamic that was hard to match. One of the reasons the Rockers became so popular was their innovative in-ring style. At a time when many tag teams focused on power moves or traditional wrestling techniques, the Rockers brought something fresh. They mixed high-flying aerial attacks with fast-paced chain wrestling, making their matches exciting and unpredictable. One of the most iconic parts of the Rockers' performances was their finishing move, the Rocker Dropper. This move became a fan favorite because of how clean and impactful it looked. When Marty Jannetty hit the Rocker Dropper, it often meant the end of the match was near. Shawn Michaels also had his own signature moves, like the flying elbow drop and his explosive running forearm, which he would use to keep the pressure on their opponents. Together, their moves created a tag team offense that was both exciting and effective. Throughout their time as a team, the Rockers never won the WWF Tag Team Championship, which many fans feel was a missed opportunity. Despite their popularity and in-ring skill, the title eluded them. But that didn't stop them from becoming one of the most beloved teams in wrestling history. Their matches were always must-see events, and their chemistry was undeniable. Many believe that their influence helped shape the future of tag team wrestling, inspiring later teams to adopt faster, more high-flying styles. One of the highlights of the Rockers' career was their performance at WrestleMania 5 in 1989. This event was a huge platform for them to showcase their talents to a worldwide audience. Facing the Twin Towers, Akeem, and Big Boss Man, the Rockers demonstrated their resilience and teamwork. The match was full of energy, with the Rockers using their speed to outmaneuver their much larger opponents. Even though they didn't win, their performance earned them even more respect and admiration from fans and fellow wrestlers alike. The Rockers were also known for their incredible teamwork and timing. Their tag team maneuvers were perfectly coordinated, often catching opponents off guard. One classic example was their combination moves, where Michaels would hit an opponent with a flying elbow, while Jannetty followed up with a running clothesline. These sequences not only showed their athleticism, but also their trust and communication with each other. It was clear they had spent countless hours practicing and perfecting their craft, and that dedication showed every time they stepped into the ring. Throughout their run, the Rockers helped elevate many other teams. Whether it was veterans like the Brainbusters or newer duos just starting out, the Rockers' matches gave their opponents a chance to shine. Their style encouraged exciting, fast-paced tag team wrestling that fans loved. And because of that, many teams looked up to them as pioneers in the division. Their influence also extended beyond the ring. The Rockers' energetic entrances, their colorful outfits, and their lively personalities made them fan favorites. They brought a fun and youthful vibe to WWF programming, which helped attract a younger audience. Shawn Michaels, with his confident swagger and charm, quickly became a fan favorite, while Marty Jannetty's smile and smooth moves made him just as popular. Together, they had a natural chemistry that translated not just in wrestling, but in how they connected with the audience. One of the reasons the Rockers are remembered so fondly is because their matches never felt routine or boring. They always brought their best, and no matter who they faced, they made every encounter feel important. Fans never knew exactly what to expect from them, and that unpredictability made their performances exciting. Whether it was a quick tag team match or a longer, more dramatic encounter, the Rockers had a way of pulling fans into the story unfolding inside the ring. Their influence on tag team wrestling can still be seen today. Many modern tag teams have borrowed from the Rockers' style, blending high-flying moves with quick tags and teamwork. Teams like the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian have cited the Rockers as inspiration, showing just how far-reaching their impact was. They helped prove that tag team wrestling could be just as thrilling and athletic as any singles match. and their legacy lives on in the way the sport has evolved. Despite never holding the tag titles, the Rockers' matches were often some of the best on the card. Their performances helped raise the bar for tag team wrestling and showed that success isn't just about holding a championship belt. It's about the moments you create, the excitement you bring, and the connection you make with the fans. And the Rockers did all of that in spades. Even after their time as a team ended, the impact of their work together remained strong. Wrestling fans still look back on their matches as classic examples of tag team excellence. Their ability to mix technical skill, high energy, and charisma made every match feel special. For many, the Rockers represent the perfect combination of athleticism and showmanship that defines great professional wrestling. The Rockers were more than just a tag team. They were trailblazers who brought a new level of excitement and style to the WWF tag division. Their fast-paced moves, teamwork, and unforgettable matches left a lasting impression on wrestling fans around the world. They proved that tag team wrestling could be fun, thrilling, and full of heart. Even though they didn't capture the tag team titles, their legacy as one of the greatest and most influential teams in wrestling history is secure. The Rockers will always be remembered for the joy and energy they brought to the ring every time they stepped through those ropes. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more wrestling stories coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.